most kids will be excited about it. Most kids are trying to figure out how to be around hot girls, pretty girls. I'm around grown women, and I'm seeing them do things and have experiences that I'm not quite ready for. I think that he was just trying to show me the lifestyle.
I feel funny. Is this real life?
He took Justin Bieber there. Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute, and his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours.
Is Usher a close friend of yours?
Yes.
Is Usher a confidant?
I guess, yes.
Does Usher give you career advice?
Is this an interview or a deposition? I'm confused.
Reports are swirling that Usher is packing up and fleeing after Justin Bieber unfollowed him on social media. Sources claim Usher played a part in introducing a young Bieber to Diddy, allegedly for disturbing reasons. Rumor has it Usher is planning to escape to Bali to stay with Russell Simmons, who's also been hiding out there. The situation is raising eyebrows as Usher supposedly knew exactly what Diddy's intentions were, possibly because he had a similar experience in Diddy's Flavor camp. This has led some to believe Usher may have a deep trauma bond with Diddy, or that Diddy holds compromising information on him. So, what is Usher really running from? And could Justin Bieber finally be ready to speak out in court? The plot thickens as more details unfold.
I was there because I wanted a career, man, so we would fight, we would tussle. One and off, and I think Puffy would say, man, you gotta chill, just a little bit too intense. You gotta relax. Oh man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I'm not here to party with you. I don't wanna go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs?
It seems like Justin Bieber has had enough of Usher. Sources say that Bieber is getting ready to expose Usher's alleged involvement in introducing him to Diddy under troubling circumstances. Recently, Justin unfollowed Usher on Instagram, and fans are speculating that it has everything to do with the disturbing rumors about Usher's role in letting Diddy get his hands on young Justin. With Diddy's trial scheduled for May, many believe Justin might be preparing to testify, potentially revealing the truth about what really happened. While Diddy's depraved behavior is getting a lot of attention, many are overlooking the role of those who allegedly enabled him for years, including Usher. Usher's situation is especially curious, as it seems he went from being one of Diddy's victims to helping him cover things up. There's a growing sense that Usher is still too frightened to speak out about what truly happened. For years, rumors have swirled about what went down between Usher and Diddy at the infamous Puffy Flavor camp, with some claiming Diddy allowed older women to take advantage of Usher. Others say things were even worse, alleging that Diddy himself put Usher in the hospital. The Puffy Flavor camp first came to light in 2016 when Diddy's longtime friend, L.A. Reid, mentioned it in his book. According to Reid, he sent a young Usher to live with Diddy in New York to help him develop a more edgy image. Reid wrote, "I wanted Usher to be edgier than Face was. I didn't want Usher to be pretty." Usher was 15 years old, but nothing about him ever seemed juvenile. "I was turning him over to the wildest party guy in the country at an age when I still needed to get his mother's permission, but he went to New York for almost a year." Reid's account places Usher at the camp at 15 years old, but in a 2016 interview with Howard Stern, Usher didn't correct Stern when he suggested Usher was only 13 when he moved in with Diddy. Regardless of whether Usher was 13 or 15, both ages are far too young for the kind of environment described by Reid. What's even more disturbing is Reid's comment that nothing about him ever seemed juvenile, which sounds more like the kind of manipulation offenders use when trying to convince young victims they are more mature than they truly are. For those who don't know, Usher's entrance into the music industry happened when he was very young. He was only 10 when he joined the R&B group New Beginnings, which even released an album. However, his mother, Janetta, pulled him out of the group, citing that Usher had a bad experience in the industry. But she never elaborated on what exactly that bad experience was. This raises further questions, especially considering Usher was only 10 when he joined New Beginnings. Around this time, Diddy made a chilling remark in an interview with Kevin Hart, where he casually mentioned that he and Usher used to wake up together and wrestle when Usher was that same age. All of these disturbing connections paint a troubling picture of what might have happened behind closed doors, and it's clear that Justin Bieber's unfollowing of Usher could be part of a larger story that may soon come to light. As Diddy's trial approaches, people are asking whether Usher will be forced to confront his past, especially if Justin is ready to reveal the truth about what really occurred. The fear and silence surrounding these events could be holding back more details than we've yet to hear, and with each new revelation, the pieces of this dark puzzle are starting to come together.
I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get them early.
Yo, what the did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this for me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the frosted flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. That was.
It was at a talent show in Atlanta where Usher crossed paths with AJ Alexander, Bobby Brown's bodyguard. AJ quickly recognized Usher's star potential and took him under his wing, arranging for a rep from L.A. Reid's label to see Usher perform. After Usher's impressive performance on Star Search, the label rep was so impressed that he set up a meeting for Usher to sing directly for Reid. The moment Reid heard Usher's voice, he was blown away and signed him on the spot.
Got down on one knee and he sang Boyz II Men's End of the Road. He really charmed the girls in my office.
Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe this little kid was doing all the things he was doing, getting in their face, kissing their hands.
What's truly disturbing is how it almost seems like there was a calculated plan in place by these industry figures for handling young male artists. As soon as L.A. Reid signed Usher, he brought him straight to Diddy. By the time Usher was just 13 or 14, he was already the youngest member of Diddy's bad boy crew. There's an old photo from Puffy Flavor Camp that's been circulating again, which really puts things into perspective. Usher was still a kid when Diddy took him under his wing. Fast forward to 2016, when Usher sat down with Howard Stern to discuss Puffy Flavor Camp, and you could see that he was still grappling with whatever had happened during that time.
L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah, that's what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
saying?
went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was,
So nobody
it was
tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I ain't say that.
Okay.
I didn't
But
say
you
that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Things took a wild turn when Usher appeared on Club Shay shortly after Cassie filed her lawsuit against Diddy. In a complete 180, Usher began praising Diddy, calling Puffy Flavor Camp one of the best experiences of his life.
Usher part, that's a touchy situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a certain feeling and I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay, and I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business, right? I know, and people know, that was around that in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that Jew, you gonna give him a pass? Bruh, you know I know. Because you taking up for somebody that you know and a lot of more people know didn't do you right. when you was at Diddy camp. And he said, yo, would you send your son to Diddy camp? And Usher said, no. Ask him why he won't send him to Diddy camp. But yet and still you praise him.
Yeah, man, and you said that, I know you can't go into detail, but you said that it was a situation where Diddy sent him to the hospital.
Let Usher explain that to you. Let Usher mama explain that to you. And the hospital was in Scarsdale, New York.
It gets even darker. Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, recently claimed he saw Usher being taken to the hospital after something horrific happened at Puffy Flavor Camp. Gene also called out Usher for praising Diddy in the interview, insisting that even Usher's mom knows exactly what went down at the camp.
As soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time. Right? I'm like, yeah, it's New York. It's a little dusty.
Man. Ooh. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, come down there, you gotta, you know, your seat.
I mean, I'm 15, you could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Now that. 16.
Slow down. Let's slow down, Justin.
Okay.
Let's slow down, okay?
One step at a time.
You know, where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
And it gets even creepier. In 2010, just a year after they spent those 48 hours together, Diddy ran into Justin at his studio and started questioning him about why they stopped hanging out. And this time, Justin looked really scared of Diddy, avoiding eye contact and sounding super nervous.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
Alright, young brother, everything's good? Selling out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, business, partners and whatnot. But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
What makes this situation even more sinister is the chilling accusations that Usher allowed Diddy to do to Justin Bieber what allegedly happened to him. Both Usher and Justin were easy targets for these industry predators. Usher, as we know, was raised by his single mother, and similarly, Justin's background made him vulnerable. Justin was raised by his teenage mom, Patty Millette, and they struggled financially. When Justin's YouTube videos caught the attention of talent manager Scooter Braun, he convinced Patty to let him take Justin under his wing. At just 13 years old, Justin flew to Atlanta with Scooter, and within a week, Justin was placed under Usher's mentorship. It almost felt like history repeating itself. By this time, Puffy Flavor Camp was no longer a thing, or at least not in the same way. But in a disturbing twist, when Justin was just 15 and Diddy was 40, he was still sent to spend 48 hours with Diddy. It gets even creepier. In 2010, just a year after Justin spent 48 hours with Diddy, they ran into each other at a studio. Diddy started questioning Justin about why they stopped hanging out, and this time, Justin appeared visibly scared, avoiding eye contact and sounding nervous.
Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, he could buy you one also while you're out.
He got me a Lamborghini.
Well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last time.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Apparently not. Everything ain't for everybody.
It gets even creepier. In 2010, just a year after Justin spent 48 hours with Diddy, they ran into each other at a studio. Diddy started questioning Justin about why they stopped hanging out, and this time, Justin appeared visibly scared, avoiding eye contact and sounding nervous.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. So if she ever needs me, I'm gonna be here for her, but yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted encounters, and I just want to protect her, I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody.
Meanwhile, more disturbing videos surfaced. One shows Justin partying with Diddy's industry friends, Trey Songz and Odell Beckham Jr., while another shows Diddy seemingly pressuring Justin to drink, despite Justin already being clearly intoxicated. The footage raised more unsettling questions about their relationship.
Adna, would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
It gets even worse. In 2011, when Justin was just 16, he appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live with Diddy. When Justin mentioned that Diddy had promised him a fancy car but never followed through, Diddy suddenly warned him not to talk about the things they did together, making the moment tense. If the rumors about Diddy taking advantage of Justin are true, it would explain why Justin struggled with substance use for years. He was likely self-medicating, lacking a real support system, and unable to speak about what happened to him. This also sheds light on why Justin became so outspoken about protecting other young artists trying to navigate the dangerous industry.